And we're back. Last time, we pretty much wiped Burgandy off the map. And that's the last time we'll be seeing them. Oh, that ram's actually dead now, it seems. Okay. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, bye, ram. Actually, we kind of might be losing this battle here, but this ram's gonna die anyway. Except that guy's probably gonna die too. Actually, speaking of cavalry, we need a stable right now. You there! I don't know if I have enough wood, but if I do, I think I had just enough. If I do, you build me a stable. Like, there maybe? Yeah. We wanna, more rams. Right, I thought as much. Yeah, which is why we're gonna need a stable up as soon as possible, because those rams really don't like cavalry, and well, yeah. For some reason they seem to be avoiding this area. No, oh, wow! That guy was an idiot and he died a horrible, painful death because of it. Okay, we want to kind of lure these guys back into the crossfire of that castle before we... Why are they going back? I'm worried. This does not bode well. Okay, stable up. You. Can we build anything else? You go back to gold mining or whatever mining it was. Okay. Actually, I want to put these guys on defensive stands just so they don't run there and get brutally killed. Yeah, we probably want to take out those towers soon, but not just now. Those rams are being a little moronic, and I'm actually quite thankful for that. Actually, if we save up just a little bit of more food, we'll be able to go to the Imperial Age, and I reckon that's actually worth it. Wow, those two just died at exactly the same time. Anyway, one food off of the Imperial Age. There we go. Yeah, that might be problematic at first, but I think it'll actually be better for me in the long run. You guys actually retreat a little back so that you're in range of this castle. Actually, there's no reason for you to not be inside our walls at this time. Once our army's big enough, we can probably station them outside of our walls, but until then, we actually lost most of our cavalry in that last thing, which is very bad, because now we're going to want to go for cavaliers as soon as we can, but until then, actually, speaking of things that we can get now, we want a second castle, and we want it right here. Not so close that I can't build a gate on this wall, but close enough that it can arrow anything that comes around there. Is that gonna get shot? Anyway, castle's going up. I'm probably gonna need more villagers on food farming duty. And it might actually be a good idea to build a secondary town centre down here. There's actually, we've got pretty much opportunity for food, wood, and gold down here. Although there's, I realise, very little hunting animals here. Of course, we could fish in the water though. We could actually go and take over Burgandy's other base, which is not actually a bad idea now that I think about it. I mean, that will kind of split our attentions a little bit, but it might be not a bad idea. Like, if we wall off these shallows there, there's probably no access points. What we got there? That's a cavalier. Like, it's not a bad idea, I just can't create any more villages to go and start up another base until I'm advancing the Imperial Age, upon which I'll need to... I'm mostly wanting possibly a second area for farms. Okay, you know what? I'll start with 5 villages. Send them down there. Oh, a whole bunch of longbowmen who are now attacking my walls for some reason. You guys, I think you outrange longbowmen, so... Okay, let's hope these villagers' pathfinding is good enough not to run here and die. You'll be the test villager. Do not disappoint me. Oh, wow, they actually can hit me. Okay. Okay, that's bad. Get back, get back, get back. Yep, he's dead. Okay, not a good idea to go there. And he's dead too. Because you have... Okay. Yeah, longbowmen are just in general really, really annoying. Right, okay, they are going down, and we've exhausted them. That's what we need! I was wondering why I hadn't built a mill yet, and I was like, oh, I don't need a mill for farms. Oh yeah, actually, we need one to start up the reseed farm queue, which is incredibly important. Otherwise, we've got to do it manually. Remember that the reseed farm queue only existed starting with the Conquerors expansion, so... yeah. For those playing the Joan of Arc campaign when it basically first came out, you didn't actually get any of this newfangled reseed farm queue stuff. Speaking of which, I wonder if we could... Okay, if I build... Also, speaking of farms, I can actually use these farms. Even though they are, technically speaking, enemy farms, I can actually use them. And since they were the Franks, they actually have perfectly good farms for us to use. You're going to start up a secondary gold mining business. You there are probably going to go ahead and go for secondary stone. And you will be on the farms. Yeah, you'll have to make sure that it's on, that the cursor is set to gather, not attack. Oh! More rams! See, holy crap, that's a lot of rams. They really rush those rams right at you. So, knights, take those rams down now. And some of you might want to attack the longbowmen. Okay, those walls are really going to go down really quickly if we don't. See, I should have built a gate here, because that would have let me, really... Wow, these walls are going to die fast. Don't want to garrison for the time being, actually. Take out those rams! Otherwise, that castle is going to die horribly very, very quickly. Yeah, I need a gate there. These walls won't be too expensive to repair, but, see, that is a lot of rams. Even more rams. Wow. I want to repair this castle as soon as I can, but... Oh, this castle might actually go down if I'm not lucky. You guys should have gone up there and attack. Okay, lost the castle, but it's actually probably fine because we have enough sources of stone. Set up a big reseed farm queue in there. Okay, so how are things going down there? I said gather, not a... Oh, that farm wasn't even planted yet. Which means we're going to need one of my own here. Okay, once I've taken you all out... We need to rebuild our walls. And this time, put a gate in them. Because if I'd actually had a gate, maybe that wouldn't have happened. And you're still busy doing that. And I actually really, really want halberdiers. We don't need anything from here yet. I can get bombard cannons once I have chemistry, and that will probably be what I want to focus on. Why is this castle damaged? Okay, I hope there isn't a... And there's another bombard cannon down here. I don't know why. Is he stuck? He better not be stuck. Okay, good, he's not stuck. Okay, knights. I'm going to need to... I'll actually replenish my knights later. I'll have to wait until I... Cavaliers, because our enemy has cavaliers already. And now... Gate. Gate. And speaking of gate, you there... you are going to wall off these shallows. And if I'll be honest, I really don't care if there's no gate here. Well, how did you get in here? Anyway, this secondary town centre will hopefully be relatively peaceful. Unless the British manage to chop down this forest completely. Oh, come on, gate. There we go. Okay, gate's done. Where am I being attacked? There's a cavalier down there. See, again, the good... Are you idle? Yes, you are. You go back to farming. The reseed farm queue is progressing along quite nicely. Yeah, what I'm going to want here is I'm going to want a lot of halberdiers because Shrewsbury really is a pretty huge fan of cavalry, and for that reason, I'm going to get a whole bunch of halberdiers to counter his cavalry. So, because Shrewsbury mostly sends, or Shrewsbury... Oh, that's bad! I did not realise the British have a navy. Okay then. We may have to relocate this place. Or build a navy of our own. Bombard cannons, though, are very, very good against ships, so if I can get a few bombard cannons going, which I am not going to be able to until I have researched chemistry, which costs 300 food and 200 gold. Cannon galleons are incredibly powerful against buildings, so I'm really got to be careful about that. If I can get a siege... Oh yeah, that farm doesn't work. I'm going to move most of my farms back, just away from the shoreline, just in case. Yeah, see, cannon galleons are really, really good against buildings. Of course, bombard towers are an excellent deterrent against ships, but do we even get bombard towers? We don't. We don't even get the final tower upgrade. Well, fortunately, they're going to be distracted by my wall for quite a long time, so... I might actually be able to get a siege workshop here and actually get a couple of bombard cannons of my own. Though it's kind of annoying to have to waste a few bombard cannons just to defend a lower mini base, but whatever. Chemistry does take a while to research. While that's happening, yeah, we'll get paladins later. Paladins not so necessary at this point. So basically we want knights to counter the rams, and the longbowmen, obviously, and halberdiers to counter cavalry. This is the basic idea of what we're getting up here. And eventually we will want trebuchets to pretty much completely, utterly destroy any buildings. So yes, once again, halberdiers, and halberdiers are good in that they don't cost any gold, so that's actually quite useful as well. Now notice the large abundance of cavalry here. This is what these are for. How'd they run straight in? You heroes can probably take those guys out. There's a gap in our wall, isn't there? Oh wow, and if they start attacking that trade cart, we're really screwed. Oh no.
Mon Dieu, I am undone.
Well, depending how things go here, I may or may not restart. Was there actually a gap in that wall? I said, okay, Rams again, but they shouldn't be too much of a problem. There doesn't seem to be a gap in the wall. Unless there is there. Or unless you stupid crossbowmen are actually letting them... Yeah, those Rams are really pretty much dead.
À la bataille. Okay. Minio.
Okay, let's see what's going on there. They've taken out a few walls, but right. Now, we can get bombard cannons. The thing with bombard cannons is they do cost a lot of resources, but they are probably worth it. Okay, then we've actually got a lot of food, so... Eventually we'll need blacksmith technologies, but for the time being... More knights! Loads more knights! Oh yeah, I locked that gate, right. Oh right, no one can actually get out if I set the gather point outside because of the locked gate, but... Yeah, sometimes it is more convenient to lock this gate. Right, bombard cannon, you have a mission. Your mission is to smash these ships. Which... Okay, they will be running, but okay. Yeah, they kind of like to move out of the way, don't they? Actually, probably best to kind of save up my bombard cannons until I can get a decently sized amount of them. Or until they start shelling our shoreline like that. How don't they just move out of the way? And the cannon galleon is gone, which is excellent. That thing is the main threat, so I'm really glad that's out of the way. Of course, we're going to have to rebuild these walls soon. Yeah, bombard cannons are not the most accurate of siege weapons. But if we keep doing this, we'll kind of force them to keep running. Until they kill me. I guess if we alternate, they'll be forced to keep running away. Yeah, it's kind of annoying how the AI works here. They can just run away from those enemies. Okay then. Cavaliers, it seems to be going well. We probably have enough to upgrade to paladins, actually. Let's see, are there any other things that we could... Yeah, we don't get the final wood chopping upgrade, annoyingly. That galleon's almost dead, actually. Can we get a second bombard cannon? Like, normally I would use bombard towers, because bombard towers are excellent defenses against ships, except, the Franks don't get them. Okay, right, that's good, that's another one down, and another one extremely heavily injured, so we should be almost, in the clear at this point. It's times like these when you kind of wish you could build seawalls. You can't. There were actually plans to have seawalls in this game. We don't have enough gold. Now we have enough gold. There were actually plans to have seawalls in this game, but they were dropped because very few players were actually using them like they were intended. They were intended, you know, to guard your fishing fleets, guard your docks, you know, block off areas of the map to kind of stop ships from getting in. What players actually did with them was, they would just wall off their enemies' docks to prevent them from getting any ships out. Trollolololol. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't quite their intended use, so they were dropped from development. Perhaps we could get a couple more villagers down here just to mine some more gold. That ship can't keep dodging forever. And while he's distracted by the bombard cannon, I can go and plug up the holes in the wall. Okay, that guy is probably going to die very, very quickly. So, we are certainly building up our army. We did sadly lose that complete failure of a Not you. Not you. Where are you?
Oui.
No, you go back there. That complete failure of a bombard cannon hero. Seriously, he's apparently credited for making French artillery the best in the world, but really, he's weaker than a regular bombard cannon. And now you're shelling that lumber camp. That's kind of funny. You know, if we really wanted, we could just build walls all down the shoreline just to troll them into, like, having targets to attack. That'd be kind of... Actually, we could put a castle on the shoreline. Cannon galleons are pretty effective against them, but at least that'd give us, once again, an onslaught of rams. But this time, we have a gate that we can unlock and scramble our entire army out of. These rams will hopefully not survive for very long. Speaking of not surviving for very long, we've mined out the gold here. Got to make sure that we repair any breaches in the walls if they should occur. But yeah, goodbye rams. That thing out, yes. And now we can probably safely lock that gate. See, remember when I said they'd be sending trebuchets after you? You gotta be on the lookout for things like that in case they do. They also send scorpions, which tend to die very, very quickly too. We're gonna want to get our halberdiers out of the way of them though, because those things are deadly to the best ranks of infantry. We're gonna want to task them to that instead. Nope, take the trebuchets out, because those things are really dangerous. Okay, that's gone. Right, we can just take him out. Take him out, take him out. Good. Yeah, that, crisis averted. Man, those trebuchets can be really annoying. I'm gonna put you all on defensive. Just so that you don't get too Leroy Jenkinsy. And yeah, we've got quite a lot of... Oh, I didn't build the second... Wait, where's the stone mining guy? Oh wait, he's there, okay. You were going to build a castle on the shoreline right there. And we have space for a few more units. I reckon those more units, quote unquote, should be trebuchets. We have space for 4, and we have exactly enough wood for 4. Trebuchets are really going to help once we inevitably start going on an offense against the Orange Army, because those guys, they're jerks. We want to get rid of them as soon as possible so we don't have those annoying, cavalry and rams, especially the rams. The rams are just really irritating. So get these trebuchets ready. Then we should be about ready to go on the offensive. First, let's see. Okay, siege engineers would be very helpful, except we don't have enough wood. Husbandry is decent, and we definitely want better cavalry armor. Okay, the under attack warning just went off, and then to absolutely no avail. As much as these two are kind of useful for defending this castle, I'll probably need them on the attack, because bombard cannons are really, really good at destroying buildings. Oh, you guys don't have a reseed farm queue, do you? Either that or my one has run out. Oh, no, you need a separate reseed farm queue. Okay, that's interesting. Might as well. It's not like I really need my resources for much else anyway at this point. Get that castle built. 2 more, yeah, 1 more trebuchet, and we should be all set. Come on, wood. I said, come on, wood. Iron casting is also useful. Still not enough wood. Yeah, you guys are going to stay back though. And go down there. Spire still costs an insane amount. That's going to really help later on, so I'll get that. And looks like we have enough trebuchets. Oh wait, we do share the same reseed farm queue, that's weird. Okay, so this should defend our shoreline quite nicely. And we'll have a steady trickle of resources coming in pretty much. So, iron casting is done. And I probably should start preparing for an attack, so I'm going to go ahead and save, just in case something incredibly bad happens. Is the gate unlocked? And it's locked. Unlock, yeah. Something's going to get annoying when you're... Okay, don't let him through. Oh wow, we actually... had to unlock that gate at the worst possible time, didn't we? And we lost a bombard cannon. Well, that's certainly annoying, but if we... Oh, there's... They just had to send a massive attack right now, right when I was planning on attacking them, didn't they? Hopefully, our halberdiers should be able to get rid of those cabs before too much bad stuff happens. At least we've got 2 extra population slots that I might use on additional trebuchets, if I had the will for it. No, so that's what I hate about doing that with trebuchets, is that if you have them in the group, same group as the rest of the units, and you order them all to take you down. Okay, what we need to do is we need to find some... Oh, another wave of rams. Great. Hopefully that should keep them distracted long enough for us to... Okay, there should be a gate coming up soon. Yes. And the source of all the rams. Okay, you guys are going to go ahead and prevent the cavalry from closing in with our siege weapons. While the siege weapons manage to take out the gate there. You see, halberdiers are really effective against the enemy cavaliers. Okay, come on, gate. You know you should be down soon. Okay, gate down, pack, and very soon, if we just move up a little bit, we should see a siege workshop. They're attacking us from behind. Great. Okay, move forward. Siege workshop. Take that out now. The rest of us will guard the trebuchets. Okay, we may have lost 1. No, we didn't lose 1 trebuchet. Okay. Okay, yep, siege workshop is down. And after the siege workshop, our next priority is the stables. And we lost a lot of halberdiers. Unfortunately, there's this enormous number of rams that are just completely clogging the path. They actually do have a second siege workshop up here, so a barracks, we might want to take that down. Halberdiers, where are you? Take him out. They have some more stuff around that area, but it's usually not that much of an issue. We also, of course, want to smash his town centre once we get the chance. But we also want to make sure that we take out as many of his... I'll need to go back and make some replacement troops. definitely have the money for it. And probably more trebuchets. Okay, you trebuchets are not doing anything. We'll need to actually scout a little bit because his stables are just up. There they are, trebuchet stables now. You two are going to defend the trebuchets. Yeah, he's got 2 stables here, so yeah, that's not... You there. What are you going to do? Okay, is this guy our only one left? We might want to retreat soon, actually. Not that we really can retreat against... They seem to be only attacking the packed ones. Okay, that's down. What do you... Yeah, they like to replace their buildings as well, so you'll need to keep up the pressure. But at least we took out 1 siege workshop and 1... Okay, we need more pikemen as well. And we don't seem to have very much wood on us, so... So we need more pikemen, more trebuchets... And we should probably just keep... That's still locked. We should probably keep piling on the pressure, actually. But not until we've got more halberdiers for those cavalry. At least we'll be seeing a little bit less of the cavalry since, you know, we have these halberdiers. I mean, since I took out one of the stables. What am I saying? More of you. Yeah, this is a bit of a battle of attrition, but eventually we will take this city down, and then things will be much, much simpler for us. Yeah, halberdiers are coming along. Probably want to get that barding armor though as well. More paladins as well. And they have a stable there! Perfect target for our new trebuchets. Yeah, this is kind of why you want to make sure you take out his villages, because he just loves to build new replacement buildings in incredibly inconvenient locations. Again, thankfully, he can't actually upgrade all the way up to paladins, which is really useful. And you guys are actually going to all go chop wood, because I need... Wood is something that I seem to need the most of at this point. Okay, that stable's gone. So you guys, go onward and... Yes, onward, take that guy out. And we need to get rid of that second stable, because that's a really serious... Now, they do have a second siege workshop, I believe, as well. So, we're not quite done with the rams yet until we take that out. As you can see, more rams! Okay, but we are coming up on that second stable with our trebuchets, so it should be down soon. I think he does have one castle, it's kind of up on the other side of the base. You guys take him down. Okay, we're pretty close to his town centre too. We want to get rid of that as soon as possible as well. Shouldn't take that much more to finish this guy for good, actually. You guys, though, you guys might want to stay back and guard the trebuchets. I'll assign you to guard just to make sure we do that. He's got some more rams up there. Because he built a second siege workshop up there. Okay, that's why. Okay, that's gone. Where am I being attacked by? What the hell are you guys doing? You guys are all morons. Ugh. Okay, that is going down, even though I kind of want... Yeah, he's got a lot of villages, as you can see. And he has a castle, so, okay, stay away from the castle for the time being. But make sure we kill those guys before they take out our... Okay, this siege workshop should go down pretty fast. They have one of those guys got through. We also want to destroy that stable there. Let's see if we can actually get the town centre, because that will be a major help. Stay away from the castle! Think of it as a summoner or something. Okay, see, that's a lot of villagers, and we want to make sure they don't get away. I know it seems cruel to massacre unarmed peasants, but we pretty much have to, because they might build another town centre if we're not careful. At least we're pretty much done with the siege workshops and the stables, which is very good. So let's just finish that castle off. He rarely really uses the castle to produce any units, but okay, this place should be going... As you can see, they're already building another town centre. Which is why you want to make sure you get rid of the villagers. Thankfully, even if they do manage it, it's going to go down very quickly, but still. Come on, castle. There we go. Okay, now pretty much nothing here is a threat. Except for that other stable. See what I mean about them building new stuff? Okay, see, that's why we have to make sure that not a single villager gets away. Come on, where are you, villagers? Are you still there? Is there any villagers still left? Because that's why, because they just love to... See, there they are! They're building another town centre. Okay, they're gone. There was another villager down here, wasn't there? Are you all taking that thing out? I hope you are. Okay, that's down. See, the question is, though, it doesn't say he's resigned yet, which means he probably has another villager somewhere. See, when I played this the first time, he pretty decisively resigned, so this worries me. He may have another town centre or a stable somewhere. So you guys are going to search high and low and make sure we've left no stone unturned. Is there something over here? That's the real question. There might just be. Because in general, they tend not to resign until they lose all their villagers. There's a lumber camp here. But no villagers, okay. Okay, a blacksmith is destroyed. What about that market? Sometimes they have... Generally speaking, you don't technically have to destroy markets in order to make someone... Okay, I'm being attacked by the British, but not by Shrewsbury. It's just, technically, his threat is ended. It's just that I really, really don't want to run the risk of him ever coming back. And that could happen if we're not careful here. See, usually they resign when they lose all their villagers, but... I can't see any villagers here. It's just that if he does have any more villagers, they will begin to, well... They will pretty much start to... What are you guys doing? Apparently we can't reseed farms down here. Not that we actually need any more food, but oh well. Okay, that's down. Well, this is interesting. Okay, nothing here. It looks like he's pretty well and truly decisively gone. But it doesn't... he hasn't resigned yet. Well, I mean, in any case, his threat is pretty much over. So, mission basically accomplished, but... I'm still a little worried. As long as he hasn't actually resigned... Oh, he does have a cavalry there. Unless that's his only unit left, and that's why he hasn't been defeated. If that is his only unit left, it'd be kind of hilarious. Where are you? There you are. Okay, he hasn't resigned. This does not bode well for us, because that... Aha! There you are! I hope this is your last villager. He didn't resign. Oh! He did! Okay, right. There we go! Ah, at last! Okay, that was annoying, but yeah, this is one of the few cases where we have to kind of completely... This is actually one of the reasons why I don't like winning my random map games via Conquest, because it's just often so hard to hunt down the last few villages on the map, and it's always possible they could just hide something that you didn't notice, and suddenly they've built up their whole city again. It's just really, really annoying. So, wow, we've almost completely taken this place out. So, anyway, with the Earl of Shrewsbury defeated, that only leaves one enemy, the main British defenders themselves. Pretty much this whole black area of the map they own, so this is going to be tough. But we need to get the flag over into that area. So, next time, we begin the final push. I'll see you then. And now it's time for Ye Olde Fact of the Day. The Paladin. Finally, I get to talk about this absolutely amazing unit. Yes, I know I haven't done a bio on Cavaliers yet, but I kind of felt like I had to skip it just because of how amazing Paladins were for me at this point. And I really want to cover the Paladins at some point during this campaign, because we won't be using the Franks again for quite some time, and they have some of the best Paladins in the game. Paladins are pretty much some of the best units in the entire game. As you can see by that stat line, ridiculously high HP, amazing attack, great armor, and they're actually pretty fast. Paladins are, in a word, pretty much awesome at just about everything. They, of course, do come with the drawback that very few civilizations actually get them, and that's really the main thing that keeps Paladins from being totally overpowered. There are very few civilizations that actually get them. They might be the unit available to the least civilizations overall. I think the other one is Siege Onika. Very few civilizations get that too. But the only civilizations that get Paladins are the Byzantines, Celts, Franks, Huns, Persians, Spanish, and Teutons. So if you're not playing as one of those civilizations, you are out of luck. You cannot get this amazingly strong unit. Most of those civilizations I mentioned were dedicated cavalry specialized civilizations. The few that aren't are the Celts and the Teutons, who are more infantry based really, but for some reason they get Paladins. But yes, if your civilization gets Paladins, use them! I really cannot stress that enough. Paladins should form the backbone of an army for any civilization that has access to them. They are that good. Of course, being that amazing means that a whole bunch of units have been made specifically to counter Paladins. In fact, Paladins are probably so powerful that I'm pretty sure the main reason they added the Halberdier upgrade to the Spearman line in the Conquerors was just to help make these things, a bit less powerful. Really. They kind of needed that because pikemen on their own, Paladins actually beat pikemen one-on-one. Despite the massive anti-cavalry attack bonus that pikemen have, Paladins actually beat them in one-on-one combat. So they kind of needed halberdiers just to kind of balance things out. They're of course also weak to camels and heavy camels, but Paladins still beat camels one-on-one as well. They beat almost all units one-on-one. The main difficulty is getting swamped, because spearmen, well, you know, halberdiers and camels are a lot cheaper than paladins are, and so can be fielded in much larger numbers. And against numbers like that, paladins will probably die. Paladins are kind of the epitome of sort of a small elitist force in a way, and most of the civilizations that get them pretty much are, yeah, the more elite-based civilizations rather than sort of spammer civilizations. Now, the other main disadvantage of paladins is the enormous upgrade cost. The Paladin upgrade is the single most expensive upgrade in the entire game that isn't for a unique unit. It's the biggest food cost in a single upgrade. It costs, in fact, it costs more food to upgrade to Paladins than advancing to the Imperial Age. In fact, the Paladin upgrade itself, should you get enough resources to actually purchase it, is researched incredibly slowly. In fact, it's almost as slow as advancing in age. It's that insane. They kind of had to do that though, considering how good the benefits of the upgrade are, because once they're actually upgraded, 60 food, 75 gold is actually a pretty pathetic cost for how good paladins really are. They're actually considered some of the most cost-effective units in the entire game, and they're already actually kind of expensive to begin with. So when you're expensive and you're still considered cost-effective, that really says something about how powerful these things are. Like, paladins are absolutely amazing. They're pretty much effective against anything that isn't a dedicated anti-cavalry unit. Of course, you gotta watch out for those dedicated anti-cavalry units. There are quite a lot of them. And again, really probably the main downside the paladins suffer is the fact that very few civilizations actually get them. So, once again, if your civilization gets paladins, you really should use them. And now it's time for the history lesson. The ultimate fighting force were paladins, the cream of the cavalier class. Paladins were champions of their lords and their orders of knighthood. These men were of the highest social class and elite warriors. They often made up the personal bodyguard of a great king and were sworn to protect his life with their own.